Alright, question number 4 says, write a fourth degree polynomial f of x with real coefficients that has the given zeros and solution point. We notice here that we're given 3 zeros. One of them is 1, one of them is 2, and the other one is square root of 2i. Because it's a fourth degree polynomial, we need 4 zeros, and we got 3 here. The last one will be the conjugate of this 0 here, because anything with a square root or anything with I, or a combination of the two, will have a positive and will have a negative value. For this one, the 0, the last 0 is negative square root of 2i. We're going to use these zeros and this solution point to find the function. And the function, we're going to start off by writing f of x is equal to a. We're going to find the coefficient a at the end. And then x minus the first 0, which is 1, so it's x minus 1. The second 0 is 2, so it's x minus 2. The third 0 is square root of 2i, so we'll write x minus the square root of 2 times I. And the last one is x minus negative square root of 2i. Now, we're going to simplify, but before we simplify the left here, the things on the left, we're going to simplify the two binomials on the right side. Let's just simplify the last binomial by writing a x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus the square root of 2i, and then x minus and minus, so minus and negative becomes positive square root of 2i. Let me write that properly. The square root, there we go, the square root of 2i. Now, before we continue, let's notice that this here looks like a plus b times a minus b combination, right? This is the a plus b and this is the a minus b binomials. And when you multiply out a plus b and a minus b and simplify it, you're going to get a squared minus b squared. This is called the difference of squares. And we're going to use this to simplify these two binomials, difference of squares. Right, so continuing on the left here, write f of x is equal to a, x minus 1, x minus 2. This here is a squared minus b squared. A squared is x squared, so we write x squared minus, then we got root 2 squared, root 2i times root 2i, which is root 2i squared. So we write root 2i squared. Now we continue and we write f of x equals to a, x minus 1, x minus 2, and then it's x squared minus root 2 squared is 2, and then I squared, we just write I squared. And we just put a note here that I squared is equal to negative 1. So we're going to use this to simplify more. Write f of x is equal to a, x minus 1, x minus 2, and then we got x squared minus 2 times negative 1 becomes plus 2. Now we got the polynomial. Let me just move this guy a little bit down here and this one a little bit further down. There we go. Alright, now we're going to use the given point here, f of 0 equals 8. We can write this point right here as 0, 8. This is your x value, this is the y value. We're going to substitute y, 8 for y. This is your y value here. So we're going to substitute this as 8, and then for x into the equation, we're going to substitute 0. So we have 0 minus 1, 0 minus 2, and 0 squared plus 2. And we simplify, we get a, 0 minus 1 is negative 1, 0 minus 2 is negative 2, and then 0 plus 2 is 2. And this simplifies further into negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2, positive 2 times 2 is positive 4. So we end up with 4a equals to 8. To solve for a, we divide both sides by 4, and that gives us a is equal to 2. Now that we got the a value, we plug it back into this equation right here. Oops, I used an eraser instead of my pen. So we plug in the a into this function right here to solve, to simplify the function. So we write f of x is equal to 2 times x minus 1 times x minus 2 times x squared plus 2. Now we simplify this further and we write f of x is equal to, I'm going to multiply the 2 in here. You only multiply the 2 by one of the binomials, not all three of them. So that becomes 2x minus 2 for the first binomial, the last two binomials remain the same. And then we multiply out, let's multiply out these two binomials. We FOIL them. So we got 2x squared. 2x times negative 2 is minus 4x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And then minus 2 times negative 2 is plus 4. And we finish off by writing the second binomial that we don't simplify for the time being. This simplifies into 2x squared. Negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6x plus 4 times x squared plus 2. And then we're gonna multiply this trinomial, or this polynomial here, by this binomial. And we're gonna do this on the side right here. So we write f of x is equal to, let's just rewrite it, 2x squared plus, that's minus 6x plus 4 times x squared plus 2. And we're going to expand it and simplify. So 2x squared times x squared is 2x to the power 4. 2x squared times 2 is 4x squared. Negative 6x times x squared is negative 6x cubed. Negative 6x times 2 is minus 12x. 4 times x squared is 4x squared. And finally 4 times 2 is 8. So we write down plus 8 over here. Plus 8, that's not writing it. There we go. And we simplify, we get 2x to the power 4 minus, there's only one cube here, which is 6x cubed, so minus 6x cubed. 4x squared plus 4x squared, that's plus 8x squared, minus 12x, and then plus 8. So the function f of x is exactly what we see right over here. And this is your answer. And see you soon.